Coach, would you mind opening with a statement, please?
Well, I like the way our team started, obviously, and the goal that was disallowed was obviously a factor in the game. But give Cornell credit, they got back in the game, and then either team, I think their special teams were probably a factor in this. They scored their first 2 goals on the power play and shorthanded, and then they kept our power play off the board. And that was a big part of the game. And then we had to battle to come from behind, and we did. And anything can happen in the overtime. Somebody scores their 2nd goal of the year, and that's the way it is. It's not always your top players that score these overtime goals. So it's a tough pill to swallow because we've had some, I think, some real good efforts from our team this year, particularly with Sean Hunwick here has had a Cinderella career, and I wish he could have had a better ending.
Zach Helfand from the Michigan Daily. Sean, can you just put into words this whole run throughout your whole career and for a 10 tonight?
Yeah, I mean, when I came to Michigan, I just want to be a part of the team. I've said it before, and I never thought I would be in this situation and, play as many games as I have and win championships with this team. And it's, it's bittersweet. At one point, I'm happy with the career I had, but you never want to give up a goal, to end your season and your career, and that's happened the last 3 seasons with overtime losses. So, yeah, it's disheartening that we couldn't, get this one tonight, but I think, for the rest of my life, when I look back at my experience at Michigan, I'll be very proud.
Kevin, if you could talk about the range of emotions from the first 2 minutes of the game with the goal disallowed, scoring early, and then losing the game.
Yeah, obviously we had a strong start with Luke popping one in there early, and then when I put it in, emotions were running high. But that was early enough in the game where I don't think really it could have affected the outcome. But we're a strong enough team where we could have came back. But we did at the end of the game, which means a lot. And I just have so much respect for these seniors. They carried our team all year, and they played so well this weekend and throughout the year. So I can be more proud of them.
Everett Cook, Michigan Daily. Kevin, do you think your team was deflated a little bit after that 2nd goal was called off?
We're not a team that lets that get into our head. Obviously, we would like to have that goal, and going up 2-0 would have been huge, but that kind of stuff doesn't get in our head. We're a team that just keeps pushing and pushing, so no, I don't think we got deflated from that.
Pete Cunningham, AnnArbor.com. Kevin, with the power play unable to score in that 2nd period, how much does that deflate you, if it does?
I don't think that really deflates us either. I mean, obviously, with that much power play time, we wish we could have popped one in there, but, it's hard to score on the power play. Our team's kind of struggled throughout that this year, but, for us guys on the bench that aren't on the power play, we just try to get our team going, and when we get out there, we just try to do the best we can, so that doesn't deflate us either.
Kevin, I noticed before the overtime you were standing at the gate high-fiving everyone when they were going off the ice. What were you telling everybody at that point going through the line?
I was just telling them to keep focused. I mean, we've been a team all year that, when we're faced with adversity, we usually come through. I think everyone was excited going to overtime. I thought we had the momentum. But like I said before, obviously that goal at the end there, it was tough to swallow. But like Sean said, we'll be there next year, and I can't wait to see what we have next year. So.
George Sippel, Detroit Free Press. Red, when they called timeout, were you thinking that the goal would get reviewed?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I was wondering why it was being reviewed. I thought they called a timeout because of the momentum. I mean, obviously, we'd scored 2 goals in a minute and a half, and if I were their coach, I'd probably call a timeout too, but not to review the goal. And I never got a clear interpretation of what happened. They said a player went through the crease, and there was contact with the goalie, and then another player put the puck in. So, when a player goes through the crease typically, and I don't want to, I'm not questioning the officials, but typically you either blow the whistle or you don't. If he's out of the crease, you probably let it go. It's not a penalty. And did the player keep the goalie from making a save? I guess that's, and we didn't get a good look at it because it was at the other end. But anyway, disappointing, obviously.
Everett Cook, Michigan Daily. From your point of view, did you think that your team was a little deflated after that, going to be up 2-0 that early in the game to, getting a goal call?
Well, goals are precious this time of year. I mean, you look around college hockey and scores are 2-1 and 3-1, and a goal is important. And if you score it, you'd like to know why. They're sure, and I'm sure they were sure, but it was, I don't think it deflated our team, but it didn't, obviously didn't excite us. We had something going, and then plus the delay, just the delay to do it.
Liz Vugolich, the Michigan Daily. How frustrating was it to be on the bench during that 5-minute major and not see any shots or really capitalizing at all?
Well, we got shots, as I mentioned. I mean, according to the sheet, it says we had 13 shots on that 5-minute major, so we did get shots through. We didn't score, and that was the frustrating part. Like, we needed to score, especially when you're behind in a game. Your power play gets a chance, you need to score. And then when Hunwick stopped that penalty shot, that was huge. The score is 2-1 at that point. And then we still had power play time left. We had to get it. We had to score, and we didn't.
Greg Bates, College Hockey News. Going into the year, I'm sure, college or national title implications and aspirations there. You think this was a team that could have won a title? Well, I think we were, we could play with most teams. On a given night, we're a pretty good team, and Hunwick gives us a chance. He's a terrific goalie. And I liked our defense, and our young kids were playing well. Our seniors were playing well. We had good leadership. We had good chemistry, and our special teams were pretty good. But nevertheless, we're done. So you had a good team. The best team doesn't always win. I'm not saying we were the best team, but we've seen it over the years. So who you are on paper doesn't necessarily keep you in the tournament. It's a good tournament. Cornell's a good team, and good luck to them.
George Sipple, Detroit Free Press. Red, a lot happened in that second period. What did you say to the guys going into the third?
Well, we felt that we played well in the last 5 minutes of the second period, and we would play better in the third. And we just wanted to play the game 5-on-5 and get some pace going, get some momentum, and we did. So it was all about coming back and having a good period. I was confident that if we had a good period, we could tie the game or win it.
Last question for Coach.
Pete Cunningham, AnnArbor.com. For Pattern to lay out, get a stick on that puck, and to get that tying goal, can you walk me through what you were thinking during that sequence?
Well, it was just a shift of second efforts, and when Pattern did that and kept the puck alive, and then we got it over to Mac on lefty, and he saw Moffat in front and so on. Like, we were right down to the last couple of minutes, and we're pressing, and sometimes you press too hard, but Pattern made a second effort, Mac made a great play, Moffat touched it, and Lynch put it in. So that gave us the spark that we needed, and like Lynchy said, we were hoping that would carry into overtime.
All right, Coach, thanks a lot.
And you think about it, on overtime, Lynch won the draw, Moffat got a great shot, he made a good save on him, and then down they went and scored. That's what happens.